Good morning, friends. We studied in the last lectures when the load is eccentric, and that is when the load is eccentric and perpendicular to the axis, and the stasis induced, that is the only shear stasis, means that is primary shear stress and secondary shear stress. Today we will see when the load is again perpendicular to the axis of the bolt, but the stresses induced in the bolt, because the arrangement is different, so that's why the stresses induced in the bolts that are shear stress and tensile stress, combinations of the tensile stress and shear stress. In the previous, combinations of the primary shear stress and secondary shear stress. In this case, shear stress and tensile stress. So this is the second type of the arrangement, eccentric load acting perpendicular to axis of bolt. So this is, so that is in the last in shear, and this is perpendicular to the axis of the bolt. Suppose this is arrangement. So in this arrangement, and this is plate and this is a bracket, and here number of the bolts, 4 number of the bolts. Suppose this load is acting, and this load equal to, suppose this is P, and this distance is the suppose L, and this is bolt. So that's why this is tilting edge. This edge is the tilting edge, because this will try to bracket tilt. Likewise, another extra figure I will draw here. So here's this bracket may be tilt. Likewise, and this is because stretching, so that's why this distance is the L1, and suppose this distance L2, this distance may be given L2, or this may be from tilting edge. Suppose this is from tilting edge, or this distance equal to L2. So what will happens, because of the such type of the loads, so this load is the, suppose this is 1, and here's because both are in same positions, so that's why we can write this is 1, 2, and this is 2 and 2. So that's why the stresses induced in the bolts that are is directly shear stress. So that's why we can say this is PS1 equal to PS2. This is the load acting on the first bolt, and load acting on the, this is shear loads, P divided by total number of the bolts. Total number of the bolts. Now Because of the such type of the loadings, so what will happen here? This will try to stretch. So because of the stress induced, so here's this force, means force is directly proportional to the stress, and stress is directly proportional to strain, as we know, and strain is directly proportional to elongation. And this is force is directly proportional to stress, stress is directly proportional to strain, and strain is directly proportional to elongations. So we can write here equations: P equal to sigma A, because stress equal to load divided by and stress and strain. Sigma equal to strain multiplied by stress divided by strain is nothing but E, and here's strain equal to delta L by L. So that's why we can conclude that this P is directly proportional to delta L, means P is directly proportional to L or elongations, and this is elongations, and that may be delta. Suppose this is delta 2 and this is distance is the delta 1. This distance equal to delta 2. Now, so this delta 1 or delta 2, that depends on the this distance. Delta 1, and this is directly proportional to L1, and delta 2, this is proportional to L2. Now suppose this load shared by and this load is the tensile load shared by this is second bolt, second bolt and first bolt equal to PT2 and PT1. So that's why PT2 this is directly proportional to C into L2, and PT1 or this is L2, and this PT1 directly proportional to L1. This is clear? That's why we can write this is equal to CL2 and this is PT1 equal to CL1. Now, by taking moments, by taking or by equating, we can say by equating moments. So what is the by equating moments? So this is one moments and this is the another moment, because this is clockwise moments and this force was because this tilting edge this is another moments. So that's why here we can write this is P into L equal to now 2 into this is PT 1 into this is, if we are considering this is L1 and this is L2 and this bolts, that's why we have to use this is 1 and this is 2. Otherwise you may be confused. Yes, this is bolt number 1 and this is suppose 2. That's why 2 into PT1, because here 2 number of the bolts, and that's why multiplied by N1 plus similarly 2P2, and this is tensile force acting on the second bolts multiplied by this distance equal to this distance is the from L2. This is the L1 is the distance from tilting edge, and L2 equal to is the against distance from tilting edge. Try to understand this. What is mean of the tilting edge? Now PT1 equal to put here's 2 into C L1 squares and C L2 squares. So that's why C equal to PL divided by 2 L1 square, otherwise we can take this is common, and we can calculate PT1 equal to, now put value of the C in these equations. So that's why PL into this is L2 or L1 multiplied by L2 square, and PT2 equal to PL into L2 divided by bracket L1 square plus L2 square. This is clear, correct? Now these forces are tensile force. This is tensile force. T stands for tensile, and this is for shear. This is for shear. So in the previous problems, combinations of the shear, primary shear force and the secondary shear force, that's why we can that combine. Now in this case both stresses are different, so that's why by using maximum principal stress theory, sigma T equal to you can put this is direct stress. Now direct stress equal to sigma x square plus sigma x square plus 4 tau square, and this is divided by 2. So that's why you can write sigma x divided by 2 plus half sigma x divided by 2 bracket square plus tau square. Now sigma x equal to Yes, this is Pt divided by A, and tau equal to Ps divided by A. This is clear. Now by using, if the maximum shear stress given, so maximum shear stress theory, so here you can calculate this area, tau equal to half sigma x divided by 2 bracket square plus tau square. And you can put value of the maximum shear stress in these equations. So you will get area, and you can calculate the diameter sum of the bolt. So I am making mistake. Yes, this is half means yes 4 tau square. Here half. Use this formula. Four tau squares. Otherwise, or sigma x divided by 2 plus sigma x divided by 2 bracket square plus tau square. Use any formulas. So please note down today's first problems. A wall bracket is attached to a wall by means of 4 identical bolts 4 identical bolts, 2 at A and 2 at B as shown in figure. As shown in figure, assuming that the bracket is held against the wall and prevented from tipping about point C, from tipping about point C by all 4 bolts, by all 4 bolts, and using an allowable tensile stress, allowable tensile stress in the bolt is in the bolts as 35 Newton mm square. Means we have to use maximum principal stress theory. Determine the size of the bolts on the basis of maximum principal stress theory. Given figures, this is wall, suppose this is wall and this is bracket, this load is given 25 kilonewton and this distance 500. Now here position A and this is position B, this distance equal to 50 given and this distance equal to 500. Try to understand what is given. Now this is easy problems, so you can solve easily. That's why shear force induce in all bolts equal to, suppose this is PS1, PS2 equal to, suppose this is first bolt and this is second bolt, right? That's why 25 kilonewtons means 25,000 divided by 4, and this is 6250 Newton. This is clear. Now tensile force induced in each bolts equal to, suppose this is PT1 equal to PT2. So what is formula? P into, and this distance is the E, multiplied by, sorry, because this is not only, we can calculate for PT1, P into E into L1 and divided by 2L1 square plus L2 squares. Similarly for P2, this is P into E into L2, and this much is the change, and this is 2 into L1 square plus L2 square, and this is nothing but, what is this? This is nothing but C, P into E and divided by 2 L1 square plus L2 square. So first we'll calculate this P, and this is equal to, this is equal to 25,000 multiplied by E equal to 500. Now here's L1, L2 equal to 50 and L1 equal to, this is not 500, L1 equal to, because this is from tilting edge, so that's why this is 50 plus 500, this is equal to 550 mm. This is very important. That's why we can write this is 550 square plus 50 square. Now value of the C, this is, you get in terms of the Newton per mm. Multiplied by, divided by, this is equal to 20.491 C equal to. So that's why PT1 equal to C into L1. This is 20.491 multiplied by length L1 equal to 550. $11,270 Newton. C into LT 20.491 multiplied by 50. 20.49 multiplied by 50, and this is 1024.5 Newton. Now, so on which bolts more load? Because this is shear force acting around the both bolts is 6250, and for first bolt, so this is 11,270. So that's why load on bolt A, bolt 1 that is in position A is more. So that's why design is based on bolt number first. This is try to clear. Now PS equal to 6250 and PT equal to 11,270. So that's why this is sigma T equal to, you can write this is, and tau equal to 6250 divided by A. And now by using maximum equal to, this is sigma T divided by 2 plus half into sigma x square plus 4 tau square. I think this formula is correct. Right. So that's why we can write this sigma T equal to 35 and this is 11,270 divided by this is 2A plus half into divided by A bracket square plus 4 into 6250 divided by A square. That's why I can take here common 1 by 2A. This is plus, so what may be the value by taking this common. This is common, right? So that's why 6250 square multiplied by 4 plus 270 square, this is under root equal to 16,830 plus 11,270 and this is 28,000 divided by 2. That's why 14,050 divided by A and this is equal to 35. So due to limitations of the space, the remaining portions I will complete here. Now A equal to 14050 divided by 35 divided by 35, this is 401.43. This is clear? A equal to 401.43. Now A is nothing but this is pi by 4 into DC squares equal to 43 or DC equal to 401.43 multiplied by 4 divided by pi into this much portions only, because this is area multiplied by 4 divided by pi under root equal to DC equal to, I got this is 22.20 22.20 22.5. Point. So I did any mistake. This is 500. 550. So I'll check these answers because I am getting different answers. 2500 multiplied by 500 divided by 2 divided by 550 square plus 50 square bracket close. This is 20.49. So what may be the answers? But this is I got 20.41. So DC equal to 22.20 and D is the diameter of the bolts. 22.40 divided by 0.8. So the diameter of the bolts is required is the M28 is the diameter of the bolts requires. Note down similar type of the problems, but this is depends on the by using maximum shear stress theory. Note down today's second problems. The following data given for the bracket. The following data given for the bracket shown in figure P equal to 25 kilonewtons, E equal to 100 mm, L1 equal to 150 mm and L2 equal to 25 mm. There is no preload in the bolt. There is no preload in the bolt. So preloads means that is the due to tightening above the bolts, so that may be preloads because of the excess tightening. The bolts are made of plain carbon steel. Carbon steel 45 C8.
sigma yt equal to 380 Newton per mm squares, and factor of safety is 2.5.
Using the maximum shear stress theory,
using the maximum shear stress
theory,
specify the size of the bolts.
Here's figure given.
This is 25 and this distance is the
150.
Force 25 kilonewton and this distance equal to
100 mm.
and this is C point.
So in this case, maximum shear stress theory. So we have to calculate tau equal to 0.5 into sigma yt divided by factor of safety 0.5 380 divided by 2.5. Tau equal to 190 divided by 2.5. I think 76. Right, this is 76 megapascal. Now, what is given?
There is the following data given for the bracket shown in figures. 25 kilonewton C equal to size the bolt. So here's actually 2 bolts for positions, and this is not mentioned in the problems, and in the figures we have to assume this is total number of the bolts is the 4 because this is at 2 and here is at 2.
Total number of bolts equal to 4. So that's why primary shear force equal to this is PS1 equal to PS2 equal to, again this is 25 and divided by 4. Only what is change? This is distance change and this distance change, and according to the maximum shear stress theory. So that's why value of C equal to P into E divided by 2 into L1 square plus L2 square, and C equal to 25,000 multiplied by 100 divided by
This is 25 square plus 150 square.
25 square plus 100 square.
This is 10
multiplied by divided by 2,
and this is I got 7.64 Newton mm. And now PT1 equal to C into L1. So that's why L1 equal to, this is 150.
load on the first bolt is more.
This is 17,600, and this second bolts 117.61 multiplied by 25,
117.61 multiplied by 25,
and this is 2940 Newton. That's why design is based on the based on bolt 1. This is clear. Now, according to the maximum shear stress theory, tau equal to, what is formula? Half into sigma square plus 4 tau square, and the sigma equal to, we already calculated, this is 76, half sigma equal to, only we have to take divided by, and this is 47 divided by A bracket square plus 4 into tau equal to
tau equal to
6250 divided by A bracket square. So we will take common, this is 1 by 2A multiplied by
6250 square multiplied by 4 plus 17647 bracket square, and this is under root 21625
divided by 2, and this is
A equal to
142.27, A equal to. So what I got? 142. So that's why pi by 4 DC square 142.27 DC equal to divided by pi
multiplied by 4 divided by pi equal to
13.45 mm. So that's why D is the diameter of the bolts. 13.45 divided by 0.8,
D equal to
16.82 mm. So you can mention size of the bolts equal to, you can select, this is M18 because this is 16.8, and we can increase as per considerations above the fact of safety, and this M18, this M indicates this is metric size above the bolt, and this is MM, and this is 18 mm above the bolts, you can select.
So these are the problems related with the when the load is perpendicular to the axis above the stresses, when the load is perpendicular to the axis above the bolt, and the stresses induced are shear and tensile. In the last case only shear stress. That's why in the next class we'll see problems related with the threaded joints when the load is these are the perpendicular to the axis above the bolts in shear and tensile. So that's why in the next class we'll see when the load is parallel to the axis above the bolts. So what is the design procedure when the load is parallel to the axis above the bolt, and what are the stresses induced, because when the load is parallel to the axis above the means that is primary tensile stress and another is the secondary tensile stress. Means we have to direct additions about the primary tensile force and secondary tensile force similar to shear. So that's why we will see problems related with the design of when the load is parallel to the axis above the bolts. So that's why today I stop here and we will continue remaining problems above the threaded joint. Thank you.